How to get a business loan with bad personal credit and without collateral, no hard credit checks, and even no interest rates. Yeah, that's right. You're going to want to stick with me until the very end of this video where I will show you how that's even possible. But before I get started, my name is Michael from Viral Funding Solutions, and I come out with content like this and on all other platforms on all business loans, small business loans, building business credit the right ways and taking advantage of different opportunities online. So if you have not subscribed, please go ahead and do so and click that bell notification icon right next to it so you do not miss any future videos I will be coming out with. Now let's get right into this. As a business loan broker slash agent, somebody who's been in this field for a while, I own my own businesses as well. I have multiple ones. I know the feeling. You get denied by the banks. You can't reach deeper into your savings account for whatever reason that may be. And you can't turn to friends and family for help anymore. And that list just drags on out. And you're getting shut down from one place to the next. Maybe you've applied here. They told you, hey, even with bad credit, this is why you're not getting the funding you want, or you're not getting any at all. And so I'm going to break all that down in this video. There's just so much misinformed information out on the web. It's hard to believe everything, even on YouTube. Some people give you information, maybe it's outdated, it's not enough. They don't really get it. Blogs, social media, friends and family, coworkers, that list again goes on and on. So what you have to first sit down and do is look through your personal credit history. Go look up your credit reports. You can do something simple like that by going to myfico.com, going through Experian, because that's where it's pulled from and you can get it for free. And this report is going to show you what types of transactions, what's happening in your accounts, what's the payment history look like, and you can understand all this information and then relate it with your debt to income ratio and kind of get a bigger picture of this bird's eye view of what's wrong in your patterns, right? We all have habits, we all have routines and patterns that we make within our business and outside of business, personal history, right? And so we have to understand and how we can actually go about fixing that. And I won't talk too much about that. But that's something that I can help with, and I'll try to have more resources down below in the description. But second is, hey, if you're ready to get a business loan now, even with bad personal credit, you can get it done. There are programs out there that I'll link to, like down below, where you can get with as simple as a 450 plus FICO with same day instant approval up to 25,000, and even as little as a 500 plus FICO, you can get up to 2 million incredibly fast within a day of approval. Funds deposited within a day to two into your account, as much as a week, depending on your file and your portfolio, right? So again, you guys can check that out down below. After this is done, I'll have more content on that, specifically where to go, what programs are best, and I'll reveal a little bit of this in this video. But with a bad credit history, you have to understand that you maybe do understand this with business loans. A lot of the time it's checked up on personal credit history. Sometimes it's just personal credit and it's not checking on your business credit. So none of this will report to the credit bureaus like Dun & Bradstreet, as well as some of the other ones. And one of these is called a cash advance / business loan, depending on the state. Really considered a cash advance, but you were given a lump sum. In exchange, of course, you're requested to make sure you pay back in an allotted amount of time, a certain amount. Is it a daily / weekly? Usually it's daily / weekly, not always monthly. And then there are monthly types of business loans with bad personal credit history. Perhaps it can happen, but it's very seldom. It's very rarely, especially with lower business credit, that you will even be given that. So your expectations are up here. And this is what I release in most videos, is like our expectations are SBA loans, SBA IDL grants, and other forms of funding. Like we even look at the traditional banks, even though we can't get one there, we're like, well, they tell us we can get these types of interest rates. They tell us these are monthly payments. Well, that's what I expect when I come online. You don't always have a position, especially with bad personal credit, and the list can vary too. I made another video down below where I talk about how to get small business loans with bad credit in general. And I also talk about personal credit histories, and as well as other videos that you guys can watch. But it is very imperative that you understand that even with bad personal credit, it can also mean you don't have good bank statements. And with that said, it's like, even without good revenue and you don't have good credit history, yes, it can determine how much funding you'll get. So if you're, for example, you're doing 30,000 and you want 60,000, but you have a 500 credit score here, you may qualify for funding up to 2 million, as long as you're doing like 20,000 plus per month within the last 3 months. And there's another service where you can be doing 5,000 plus per month within each of the last 3 months and get up to 25,000. That again will be down below in the description. But given that example of 30,000, you do 20,000 within each of the last 3 months. No 20, 18, 18, not 29, not 20, 21, 17, or 16, 20 plus per month. And then you have a 500 credit history for FICO, and then you have 2+ years in business. So everything else aligns within that category to give you some type of funding. You could probably get one. We tell you we can get one. We can get you, 1 to 2 extra monthly because you're doing 20,000 plus per month. But saying that we're going to get you 60,000 when you have a 500 FICO credit score, that's a range. That's not saying we're going to get you. We can actually get you that amount. We're going to look at everything, not only credit history. We're going to be looking at your revenue, cash flow, amount of deposits in the account, remaining bank balances, starting bank balances, types of withdrawals, how many withdrawals, amounts of deposits, large or small, and the list goes on and on. It varies depending on different services and depending on different lenders as well. But for the most part, yes, you can get a business loan with bad personal credit, as I just stated, and there's those programs down below. But I want you to keep your expectations, and that's what the rest of this, like 1 or 2 minutes, is going to be about. Is, again, with bad personal credit history and the score that you have over here, even if it is a fair, even sometimes good, you don't always get to decide how much funding you get. And what I always tell business owners is this: if you qualify for some funding, it might not even be within, because there's so much we have to look at. Can you take what you're getting, use it, come back, or add on some funds within 2 to 3 weeks or so, pay off 50% of it, we can try to refinance it, receive funds time and time again. Can you take what you're getting and apply it and then come back and get more funding? I have a lot of people who just neglect that completely, and I educate you guys on this channel, is take what you can get if it's going to benefit you, and then you can come back and get more. In about 45 days or so, we add on more. And in those cases, sometimes we can give you more. First time we didn't give you as much, maybe we can give you more. We can lower the rates, total payback or interest rates, depending again on the service. We can increase the terms, do all these different things where we can even move you from a daily to a weekly. You might even later on in the future qualify for a monthly type of funding. But everybody is in a different place. But again, you don't get always a say in all this. The other way, improve your credit history, improve your FICO. If you are at a 500, but I want to get at 600, what do we have to do to get there? And then at 600, yes, that can open up more doors, but we also have to look at the revenue, how it's doing, the time in business, other things in the background, because at the end of the day, lenders don't just give you their money. Yeah, you might say I can pay you back, but they won't trust that. You haven't even built a relationship with them yet. Now you keep doing it, they give you more flexibility. That's how this all works. And so what you need to understand is that if you can move it up to like at least a 600 or so, 600 with at least 10,000 or at least 15,000 plus per month, a year, or 6 months or year plus in business, and depends again on sometimes states and other industries as well. But then you can even qualify for a business line of credit. Instead of getting a lump sum of a business loan, you can qualify for a line of credit and withdraw the funds whenever you need. So let's say you get approved for 30,000, but you want to take out only 10,000 one season or for a certain purpose, take it out, pay only interest on that. Once it's all paid back, it becomes a revolving line. So it comes back to the initial 30,000. It doesn't become just 20,000. So, and then you can always increase more over time. So this is how these things work. And yes, to just kind of close this video off, you can get a business loan with bad credit. We have to, again, look at your credit history. Can you improve it? What improvements you need to make? Are you ready to get a business loan now? How does that look like? What programs there are out there, like On Deck, there's Blue Vine. There are plenty more of them. I'll have some of these down below, as well as the best and my #1 recommended place to go to, where you get a lot of benefits from going through them and what is available on the table for you. And there are more like underwriting guidelines that I didn't get into in this video and things we have to look at. But the best way to get it, all this information, if I haven't said this, is to submit a funding form. I'll leave it down below in the description. Unlike going to these other online marketplaces and these other programs that don't have your best interest at heart, they may show you a good option, a best option, but are they really the best for you? They don't give you everything that's best, and they don't even break it down. They don't personalize it or customize it to your needs, where I will. So I have a funding form down below you can fill out for business, for real estate funding, and more. It will come to my email. I'll review, analyze, evaluate, send you a proper response back via email. You'll be notified, look through that, respond, and you can go through all that. All the details will be in there. It's very in-depth, broken down into numbers. So, and then you can pick up my free 6-step pre-approval lending checklist that I'll leave down below in the description and other ways of getting a hold of me. But that funding form will be the fastest way at the moment. But yeah, that's everything from me in this video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please let me know. Leave me a comment, get a hold of me. fill out that funding submission form. It doesn't hurt anything. It's just between you and I, and so forth. We're not submitting it to an application. So it's just, again, between you and I. And if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and do so and click that bell notification icon so you do not miss any future videos. Thank you.